just finished teaching a wonderful yoga class, and I want to make this video about why I'm passionate about health and wellness. And my passion for health and wellness probably started when I was really small. I don't really know when it began, but I feel like health and wellness is our nature. It's where we come from and it's what we belong to be in. When we are holistically well and completely healthy and happy and free physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, intellectually, in our families, in our careers, holistically free and well, we are in a perfect harmony. This is a flow, like a wave, like a perfect harmony. And so perhaps there was many things that got me interested in health and wellness when I was little, like the fact that my mom started doing yoga when I was 7 years old in the home. Or when I was a kid, my dad used to do push-ups with me on his back. I would sit on his back, and then when my sister was born, he'd do push-ups with both of us on our back. And we'd skip together. I'm skipping, and we'd play soccer together, and we were running, and so it was in the family. And right now, my sister works at the gym, I work at the gym. Now I've started my own business, so I don't work at the gym as much. My dad works out every morning. My mom's a yoga instructor, spin instructor, group fitness instructor, fitness at the bar. My sister does indoor cycling and personal training. My dad does boxing and skipping and weightlifting and soccer and wrestling, and we were a very fit group of people. So that was in my upbringing. But it wasn't until I started taking on clients several years ago, about 6 years ago, and I noticed that it took me a while to notice how complex wellness is. And so how I got really passionate about health and wellness, how I really started to feel it, was when I noticed how difficult it was in society to get holistically healthy, and especially my personal training clients. I thought wellness was eat good and exercise. And then I learned that there's finances, and then there's family, and then there's spirit. And you also have many little things in between, but you got your inner voice that's trying to express itself, and you have your creativity and your playfulness and your rest and your work and your career and your dreams and your mind and your emotions and your relationships and your family. And I was like, wow, there's a lot of elements that go into making a person holistically well. There's also the community and the environment. And I was like, I can get passionate about this because this takes a holistic approach. And I like holistic approaches because I find when we narrow in too specific on one thing, we miss the context for which wellness occurs. So for example, in health and healing, I get really passionate about well-being, partly because it relates to all the things that I study in my life. And so we need proper governance systems and economic systems and financial systems and community systems and good healthy cities and places for us to study and play and connect and learn and just to relax, and places to grow food and eat in harmony with our water and our air and nature and animals, that we are animals too, and that's okay. And so and then at the same time I love movement. I love laughing, I love playing, I love dancing, there's all these elements to wellness, and each one of those elements, when they are in perfect harmony, it makes us feel alive. And so when you're fully alive, you're charged, you're free, and when you're like that, you liberate others to step into that space as well. And so when I was a kid, I was always thinking about, how do I make the most of my life? How do I make the most of my opportunity? Where does contribution come into this? And I struggled with this idea of, I need to sacrifice my life to give the world what it needs. And then I decided the world needs people who are full of life and passion and authenticity. So when you listen to life and how life is trying to evolve through you, you'll notice, I'm pretty darn sure of this, but check for yourself, don't take it from me, check for yourself. I think you will notice that life wants to express through you in a healthy, abundant, free, successful way. With you moving joyously, feeding yourself joyously, feeding your mind joyously, enriching your spirit, connecting, loving, being, peaceful. And so every avenue that I can do something to make that a reality is meaningful to me. And so when I look at what motivates me, I'm motivated by meeting. I'm motivated by the practicality that I want to be free in this life, as free as possible, that I want to make positive change. I like rich relationships with people who are also inspired to be the best that they can be, authentically. And people inspired to live their life to the fullest and empower others to live their life to the fullest too. And I love it. And it doesn't feel like I'm trying to be anything. It just feels like I am it. I'm me. And life wants to evolve and express through me in that way. And so that's why I'm passionate about health and wellness, is because healthy and well are my nature, and I believe that they're your nature too. And so to come into that place of holistically well is where I think we belong, and I think that is our birthright. So when it seems like we're coming against systems in the world that are a little bit out of harmony, and thus that makes it harder for us to be well, I think it's our job to make the little refinements and adaptations to shine light on those spaces, to let them release and open up and change. And yes, I'm aware of the challenges. Awareness is important, but if we focus too much on the problems, we get caught up in the problem. When we become solution builders as opposed to problem solvers, I believe we become a lot more powerful, because we're able to step outside the box and create something new, something from a new space with a new energy, a space of love, freedom, joy, compassion, connection. And that's the dream. I want to see the world more happy, healthy, free, safe, and more people living their life to the fullest in their own unique way. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next video.